All right. So let's get started. Go ahead and come to the front of your chair. Let's get into a tall posture. So when I think about our correct posture, I want to think about bringing my shoulders down and back to push my chest up. And then I'm adding a little bit of a chin tuck, almost like someone has a string on the back of my head. And as they're pulling up, it gently tucks my chin in. So this is my kind of like reset position, or my upright posture, really trying to bring my chest up. And this matters a lot with Parkinson's disease because it makes our back stiff and it causes something called rigidity. So throughout the day, resetting your posture back into this position will help you keep your flexibility, help you be able to maintain this posture upright. So we're going to start with our seated power moves today. So we'll lean forward and then come up into a power up. And let's hold this here for 3 seconds. Taking a deep breath in. And then let's do 10 of these. Down. 1. Down. 2. Down. 3. Down. 4. Down. 5. Down. 6. Down. 7. Down. 8. Down. 9. Down. 10. All right, moving into our power rock. So leaning one arm down onto your knee, or you can even reach that hand towards the ground. Reach your other arm up and across, straighten out your leg, and let's hold this position for 10 seconds. So look up at your hand, you can open and close to practice that wide finger position. Another 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reset in the middle. And let's do a power rock to the other side. And again, I want to hold that position for 10 seconds. So elongating that stretch up at your hand. You can open and close. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So now let's alternate back and forth between those. Let's count it by 2s as we do this. We'll do 10 all together. This will be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. And then our next move, that's our power twist. So let's do one power twist and again, hold that stretch. So I'm going to start with my arms wide. I'm going to turn to clap and think about using your front hand to twist your arms back further away from the camera, really elongating that stretch. If you haven't yet, try to point your front knee down so that your hips have twisted too. Hold this for another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open back wide, and then we'll turn and twist to the other side. Again, I'm using my front hand to try to twist my shoulders further away from the camera. My front knee is pointed towards the ground. Hold this for another 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then let's alternate back and forth with these 10 all together. Let's count up by 5s. 5, open, 10, open, 15, open, 20, open, 25, open, 30, open, 35, open, 40, open, 45, open, and 50. All right, feet come back together. And then let's move into our last power move, which is our power step. So for this one, we're taking an exaggerated step out, and I'm going to reach to the side, coming back into the center and then taking an exaggerated step out to the other side and leaning with that step. All right, let's alternate 10 here. And why don't we kind of count up by threes for this one? So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and 30. Great. Let's put those all together in a flow. So sequencing the power up, then the power rock, the power twist, and the power step. So we'll do one of each and cycle through them. I want to cycle through that 10 times. So I'll start really slow. And then as we go through it, I might pick up my speed a little bit. So it challenges us to have to anticipate what move is coming next. So you can follow along with me or go at your own pace through it if you want to do it that way. So we'll start with one power up, moving into the power rock, one power rock on each side, open up for the power twist, open, twist, and then bring your feet back together for the power step to each side. So that is our first flow. We're going back to the top. We got 9 more. So we'll come down, power up, power rock, open, twist, open, twist, step out, together, out, together, back to the top, down, up, power rock, open, twist, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. That's 3 of them. Down, up, power rock, open, twist, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. Down, up, power rock, open, twist, step out, together, out, together. 5 more. Down, up, power rock, open, twist, step out, together, down, up, power rock, open, twist, out, together, down, up, power rock, open, twist, step out, together, Last 2, down, up, power rock, open, twist, step out, together, Last 1, down, up, power rock, open, twist, step out, together, Good work, especially through the last turbo ones. Couple more stretches here. I want you to start with bringing your ear to your shoulder. Go ahead and grab your hand. Bring your hand behind your back. Let's hold it here for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Roll your head to the other side. Switch sides here. Again, 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's do 10 big arm circles forward. So coming around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring your knee up to your chest and let's do 10-foot circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then last exercise for our warm-up, I want to alternate and bring your knee to your elbow, going back and forth. Let's do 20 of these, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Perfect. We are going to get started with our intervals. So the first exercise that I'm going to demonstrate, you don't have to join me yet. I'm just going to demo our 3 exercises for our intervals. So the first thing that we're going to do, see if you have, I'm going to use my weights for this. This is going to be a 4-step directional movement. And so I'm going to give myself obstacles, and I want them kind of at the 4 corners, like up and to the right, down into the left, down into the right, and up into the left. So I'm using my weights for 2 of them, and then I'm just seeing what else I randomly have in this room. I have like a timer, and I have a Kleenex box. So I'll show you how the orientation of it looks. So I'm going to stand in the middle here where I have something in front of me on each side. And then if you can see, I have a timer back here and a Kleenex box here. Because for this exercise, we're going to do multi-directional stepping to each of these corners. So I want to try to step over each obstacle and back to the middle in each direction. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to step up and over with an exaggerated step to each of those in that pattern. And as I do that exercise, I'm going to add my coordinated arm reach as well. So I'm doing a reach out to the side as I do that exaggerated step to each direction. You can do this in your chair too, stepping in different directions. You can also do this holding on to something if you want some support. So that's my first exercise. The second one, again, you don't have to join me yet, I'm just demoing these. It's going to be a braiding side step. That's like the karaoke side step or braiding where you're stepping 1 foot. Again, I'll demo so you can see my feet go through this. Stepping in front and then behind. In front and then behind. So that's the footwork of it. I'm going to add a punch with that move as well. So that every time your foot steps, I'm going to have you punch with that arm. So punch, 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 punch. And if the movement of the feet is hard enough on its own, maybe you want to start with just the footwork first. And after you get used to it, then add the coordinated punching. Start with just a jab If you get that down and that feels real easy, maybe you want to do a combination. So like a jab, cross, uppercut, jab, cross, uppercut. So lots of ways you can make it harder. If you're getting it down and it's like, yep, I got that pattern, make it more challenging for yourself with a combination punch. And then the third exercise that we'll do for this interval is a squat with a chair tap. So I'm just going to hold weights in front of me for this. You can do it with or without weight. And I'm going to do a slow squat. I'm not going to sit down, but just so that I can feel the chair on my hips to tap it and then come up. But you don't want to sit all the way down, just enough so that you can feel it tap and then come back up. Yep, you guys got that. Looks really good. Make sure when you're doing that chair tap that you're not leaning forward, but keep your chest up. Okay? So those are our 3 exercises. I'm going to get my timer pulled up and I'm going to set down my obstacles so that I have them at those 4 corners. Go ahead and get your obstacles on the ground. You don't need obstacles. You can also just do it in that direction. Exaggerating your foot like you are stepping over something. So we are going to do those 3 exercises, 2 rounds through. 1 minute on and 30 seconds off in between. All right, looks like most people are ready. I'm going to turn my volume on so that you can hear, hopefully hear the bell as well. But I'll call it out. All right, let's get started. So I'm stepping in that pattern forward to each side and backwards, adding that reach with my hand, exaggerating how high I lift my knee to each direction. Nice job, everybody. Ten seconds to go. All right, 30 seconds rest. I am going to demo the footwork for our karaoke step one more time. So if you need a refresher, this is what it's going to look like. Stepping in front and behind, in front and behind. You have 10 seconds left. That was just a demo. And I'm going to add coordinated punches with that stepping. So let's get started. In front, behind. In front, behind. So get the pattern down first. And if that gets easy, you can throw a combination punch. Good job, everybody. Halfway done already. You can stick to your jabs, or you could do a jab, cross, uppercut, for example, or really any combination that you want to do. The idea is that we're trying to dual task or challenge your brain to do 2 things at once. All right, 30 seconds to rest. Next, we have our squat with the chair tap. So get yourself set up for that. You can do this with or without weight. We're not doing a sit to stand, but we're seeing if we can squat low enough so that you feel your hips on the chair. About 5 seconds to get ready. All right, let's begin. See how many you can get in. If Ensure that your posture stays strong, your form stays good. You want your feet about hip width apart. You are halfway done. Good job, 5 seconds to go. All right, take a break. 30 seconds. Let's get set up for our multi-direction stepping again. So you can use obstacles if you want to, you do not have to. About 10 seconds before this next interval starts. All right, let's begin. So stepping forward at a diagonal on each side and backward at a diagonal on each side. Really trying to lift that foot high, exaggerate how high you're stepping. Good work, everybody. More than halfway done. All right, 30 seconds to rest. Next, we're doing our braiding side stepping. And your option for the level of challenge. You can do it with just the stepping. You can coordinate a jab, or if that was easy and you're ready for a challenge, try a combination, like a cross, jab, uppercut. With each step, you're adding that punch. Couple seconds to get ready, and let's begin. Halfway done. All right, 30-second rest. I think that braiding side stepping is a good one for me to practice because I was getting myself all confused with that. So it's a great challenge you can do up and down your hallway and your kitchen. Trying to combine those different things together is a great way to work on your coordination and dual tasking. 5 seconds, we're doing our squat with a chair tap. Last minute of work. Let's begin. Your feet are hip width apart and you want to keep your chest up. Good job, everybody. Halfway done. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Grab some water. We're going to take a rest break. And while you're having some water and resting, I'm going to start to demo the next 3 exercises. You do not have to join me yet. Just make sure you're watching the camera. So the first exercise that I'm going to show for our next interval is a backward stepping lunge. And then as you come back from that lunge, we're going to bring an elbow to knee like we did in our warm up. So if I'm stepping back with my left leg into a lunge, as I come up from that lunge, I'm going to bring my elbow to knee. And you can either alternate or stick to the same side. Like if you want to keep a hand here, I could keep my hand there the whole time. And I would stick to that same leg. Or I could alternate and do one foot stepping backwards. And then the foot that steps back, that's the leg I'm going to drive up. So if my right leg steps back into a lunge, I'm going to drive that knee up towards my elbow. You can also just stick to a regular backward stepping lunge, alternating one side and then the other. But again, combining that together looks like a backward step, drive your knee up into a march. Backward step, drive your knee up into a march. So that's the first exercise. The next one we're going to do some more squats. We're going to add a bicep curl. So I'm holding my weights. I'm going to squat down, and as I stand, do a bicep curl. So my arms will stay down at my sides as I go down, and then as I come up, I'm going to bend my elbows. Squat down, curl up. So that's our second move. And then our third move is a sit to stand, and we're going to do a boxing move combined with it. So I'll start sitting, and I'm going to do a cross, stand up, uppercut, uppercut. Sit, cross, stand, uppercut, uppercut. And those are the base 2 boxing moves I'll give you. But again, you can make it more complicated to challenge yourself more. Maybe you want to do a combination in each. So when I'm sitting, maybe I want to do a cross, uppercut. And when I'm standing, uppercut, jab, cross. Something a little bit more complicated. Or you can just stick to a cross when you sit, stand, uppercut, uppercut. Make it so that it feels like a challenge to you. So those are our 3 moves. Go ahead and join me in standing. Get one more sip of water if you need it. You can stand next to your chair to hold on. Make sure you have something to hold on to if you want it. We're either doing our backward stepping lunges or the backward stepping lunge with that added march. All right, so I'm going to get my timer out again. Again, we're going to do 3 rounds, 1 minute on and 30 seconds off. Everybody ready? Let's begin. So backward stepping lunge, and then your knee comes up to a crunch, and you're doing your opposite knee to elbow. Backward stepping lunge, march, elbow to knee. Backward stepping lunge. And once you get the hang of it, you can pick up your speed. I'm going to stay at a slower speed so that people can see what that pattern looks like, because it takes a little bit of coordination to get used to. So you're stepping back with a lunge, bring your knee up to your elbow. Nice, you guys look great. 10 seconds to go. All right. And rest. So next we're doing that squat to a bicep curl. So I got my weights. We have 8 seconds to get ready. And let's begin. Squat, and then as you stand, bend the elbows for a curl. Squat. The tricky thing with this is make sure that even as you squat, you're keeping your chest up. Make sure you're not bending all the way over. Good job. Fifteen seconds to go. And rest. Our third exercise of this interval is a sit to stand with a boxing move in sitting and a boxing move in standing. So the one I'm going to be demonstrating is when I'm sitting, I'm going to do a cross. I'll stand up and do an uppercut. But you can make it more complicated. You can do a cross, jab, uppercut, or something that's a little bit more, has more steps to make it more challenging. So let's get started. Stand up, uppercut. But make sure you're throwing some heat behind your punches. Put some power behind them. Halfway done. Good job, everybody. All right, 30 seconds to rest. We're going to go through that circuit one more time. So we're going back to the backward stepping lunge with an elbow to knee. When you're doing your lunge, it's taking a big step backwards, and then you want to think about bending both knees, like you're bringing your back knee down towards the ground. Not necessarily that you're bringing your front knee forward, but think about dropping your back knee as you lunge. And again, you can hold on to your chair for support as you need it. But let's begin. I'm stepping backwards and bringing my knee up to my elbow. As you get the hang of it, pick up your speed. Doing your opposite elbow to knee. All right, take a break. Good work. 2 more exercises. Next one we're doing is our squat with a bicep curl. You have 10 seconds to get ready. All right, let's begin. Squat to curl as you stand up. Good work. You are halfway done. All right, and rest. Our final exercise is our sit to stand, alternating between two boxing sequences. I'm going to be demoing a cross, and then when I stand, an uppercut, uppercut. But if that feels easy, give yourself a more challenging combination. 3 seconds to get ready. All right, let's begin. Cross, stand up. This is our final exercise of our circuits today. Ten seconds to go. All right, grab some water, take a break. Great work with those. We are going to take a rest break and then we're going to get set up for our power moves on our mats today. We are doing the quadruped moves or the ones on all fours. You can also do these in sitting. And my favorite modification to show people if they have trouble with balance is prop yourself up where you're in front of your couch or in front of a chair so that you can do the power moves holding on to something. So I'm going to give everyone another minute and a half or so. Take a water break and then join me on the ground. All right, looks like most people are getting ready. So our first power move in this position is our power up. So this is where we do a small elbow bend. And from here, coming up onto our knees into tall kneeling, squeezing my shoulder blades back. This is one where I'll sometimes see people have trouble balancing from this position to back down. If you find that it's hard to do it without coming down too quick, This is what I recommend. Put your hands on something to prop yourself so that the distance is much smaller that you have to control. If you're seated in your chair, the move looks the same. Leaning down onto the lap, arms come up, resetting that posture. So let's do 12 of these together. Why don't we count the months of the year backwards to get started? Ready? So we'll start with December. Coming down, and we'll count this as December. Down, November. Down, October. September. August. July. June. May. April. March. February. And January. Good. Our next power move is our power rock. So I like to walk my hands a little bit further away from my knees for this one. And I'm gonna sit my hips back into a child's pose stretch. And then I keep my elbows bent and rock my hips forward, bringing them down towards the ground as much as I can. But my elbows stay straight. So I'm not in a push-up position, but my elbows stay straight and I'm stretching my low back. If you're seated, as a reminder, the power rock looks like reaching up and across to one side and then up and across to the other side. So you'll probably get through both sides as we do our rock forward and our rock back. All right, so let's do 10 of these. For this, I want to count backwards from 50 by fives. So let's start by rocking back. And this will be 50. Rock back. 45. Try to keep those elbows straight. Rock back. 40. Rock back. 35. Rock back. 30. Rock back. 25. Rock back. 20. Rock back. 15. Rock back. 10. And then last one, rock back. 5. Nice job. Our next move is the power twist. So for the power twist, you're reaching one arm up towards the ceiling, looking up at your hand, and then you're going to tuck that arm through like you're threading the needle, twisting that arm underneath. And then I would switch sides, reaching my other hand up towards the ceiling, opening my fingers wide, and tucking that arm through, pushing my shoulder down towards the mat. All right. So as we count this one, I want to count on an A1, B2, C3 format. So we'll alternate sides and we'll end after we've hit 5. So this first one, I'm going to reach up and I'm going to count this as A. And then my other side, I'm going to reach up, tuck your arm through. This is 1. Reach up, B, reach up, 2, reach up, C, reach up, 3, reach up, D, reach up, 4, reach up, E, and up, 5. All right, and then our last power move is the power step. For this power move, I'm going to kind of rock back to build some momentum, and then I'm stepping 1 foot forward so that my foot is up next to my hand. And then I'm rocking back and bringing my other foot forward. If you have a hard time getting that foot far enough forward, again, I'm going to direct you back to this position. It makes it so much easier to step that foot forward if you're having trouble with that. If you're seated, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the seated move last time. You're going to be doing an alternating step out and step in. As a reminder, that's your move if you're in sitting. All right, let's do 10 of these together. Why don't we just count up by 10s for this one? All right, so rock back, 10. Rock back, 20. Rock back, 30. Rock back, 40. 50. 60. 70. 80. 90. And 100. All right, good work. We are going to stay down on the mat for a little bit of core work, but if you want to grab some water, go ahead and do that now. And then we'll get started maybe in 1 more minute with our last little bit of exercises doing some core work here. But grab a sip of water if you want to. Give everyone maybe 30 more seconds, making their way back. The first move we're going to do in this position, keeping my back flat, I'm going to straighten one leg out, and then I'm going to bend it in towards my chest. So I'll face the camera a little bit more so you can see that last part. I kick my leg back, and then I bend it forward. Yep, looks like you guys got it. From the side, it looks like this. Kick back, and then I bend it in towards my chest. Let's do 10 on one side, and then 10 on the other. And starting with one of your legs, kick back, and bend in 1, back, 2, back, 3, back, 4, 5, 6, good job, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's switch sides and we'll do 10 on your other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. With the next move, instead of kicking your leg out, I want you to keep your knee bent and lift your leg out to the side. So it looks like that. So let's do 10 on one leg, and then we'll switch to the other side. So my back is going to stay flat for this. I'm lifting my leg out and in. If you're seated, you can do the same thing, kicking your leg out to the side. Let's count for 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, take a break. We have 2 more exercises down here. And then we'll cool down with some stretches. Our next move, we're gonna go back to the leg extension where you're kicking back, but I want you to add an opposite arm reach. So my opposite arm and leg are reaching out together. And the key with that one is you wanna keep your back really flat so that you're not twisting your hips as you kick, but that your hips stay level. All right, we're gonna do 20 of these. Get ready, come back on all 4s here. If you're seated, you can do an opposite arm and leg march while we do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good job. One more exercise in this position. For this, you have a couple options to modify it. You're going to have one leg straight behind you. Now your toes can either be on the ground or you can keep your leg lifted in the air. And while you have that leg extended, we're going to do a row with your opposite arm. So I'll switch so you can see my arm a little better. I'm keeping one leg extended and then my opposite arm is going to do a row where I'm keeping my elbow close to my side and bringing my elbow straight up towards the ceiling. Now my toe can be down or I can keep it lifted in the air for a little bit more challenge. Okay? So go ahead and get set up. We're going to do this on each side and then we're done with our core exercises. Go ahead and get in this position. Your toe can be touching or you can lift it in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, switch legs. And you're going to roll with your opposite arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work, everyone. Let's go ahead and come back up to your chairs and we'll do a couple stretches to cool down today. All right, people are making their way. Let's get started with the shoulder stretch once you're there. I'm gonna bring one arm across and I'm gonna pull it close towards me. We'll hold this for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and stretch one leg out in front of you. So you're going to keep your knees straight. And while that knee is straight, bend forward at your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, bring one leg up and across your hip. You're gonna push down on your thigh and lean forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead and reach for the back of your chair. We're going to do a twist and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then the last stretch that we're going to do is for your upper back. I'm going to turn my chair so you can see me better. And I'm going to keep my chin tucked and do an arch over the back of my chin. So make sure that your neck doesn't hang back, but that you keep your chin to your chest as you arch over the back of your chair. We're going to do that 10 times. 1, with your chin tucked. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, everybody, we're finishing up there. Great exercising with you today. Enjoy this warm weather.